So what's it like living in this small town of Eagle Pass, Texas, when the border crisis is in your own backyard?
That we have like most apprehensions out of like the whole state of Texas. This 2 miles in front of my house.
I've seen some footage of them on your porch, like ringing the bell.
Yes,
And
that was 3 o'clock in the morning. I had left her sitting on the table, and I think they were gonna break my window out to grab my purse if I didn't answer the door. And then I went in there with a gun and told them to leave.
banging on your door,
Oh, yeah.
that sort of thing. That's where people are saying, all right, it's time to draw the line.
Right,
It's time to shut the border.
Yes, my workers, they kicked in their door. Like I got them a deadbolt with like a keypad to lock it. They kicked that off and broke in. We found 3 different people murdered on our property.
It's hard to stop the union wave when it starts, right? The word on the street is the union leaders are saying the unions are turning away from the Democratic support and starting to follow more conservative support. Since when has that ever been a thing? Maybe people are tired of the way the shit economy is. Maybe people are tired of not making money, their 401k going down, or just not being able to invest at all. But people in general are tired. They're tired of the BS, they're tired of the lies, they're tired of the promises and no follow through. And the Biden administration has done that, clearly. They've spit in the face of Americans. They have showed the American people that they don't matter, that they're not priority, they are not number one, that they're more interested in the mighty dollar. And it's basically exposed corruption from left to right. When you look at the agenda over all of these politicians, and you look to see exactly why they're doing and what they're doing, how they're doing it, and then you follow the money trail, it's obvious that the last 3 years has been nothing but money laundering. The sincerest form of money laundering, the sincerest form of human trafficking, the sincerest form of drug smuggling, the sincerest form of allowing criminals to walk right into the United States in the political eye. Sincerest form of all this happening in a money-driven legal attempt to overthrow the American people. At some point, we're all going to have to come together, and we're all going to have to coincide and live on the same playing field. I don't trust Republicans or Democrats, but I know right now I definitely won't vote for a Democrat. I want to vote for change. And the reason I'm voting for Donald Trump in November is because I think he's the only person that I've seen so far that can do anything about this, that will do anything about this, if he even will. If it's not too far gone or too late. I think he's the only answer at this point. It's all we have. And that's the unfortunate part. It's all we have. We don't really have anything else. Everybody else has bowed out and moved on, said that they give up. They know they can't compete with him. And everybody's endorsing him. Celebrities are coming forward and endorsing him. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson came forward and said, look, I know I spoke out on my public platform and I endorsed the Biden administration, but I think that was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that, and it was a mistake. And moving forward, I'm going to be more careful and support the opposite party, basically. There's been many celebrities that are diehard liberal Democrats that have come forward and said, look, we made huge mistakes here. Huge mistake. Lost tons of money. We lost a lot. And they don't start realizing what they're doing until what they had or have is disappearing or has disappeared. Then they start realizing what's going on, and that's the sad part. The sad part is a lot of these people that influence the rest of the world have been bought and paid for by Hollywood. Look what's going on in Hollywood. Look at the scandals that are going on, and the sex trafficking, and the whole celebrity operation basically imploding on itself when you start seeing all the people that are involved in all this stuff with Sean Combs, and it starts to become very, very, very apparent we ain't in control of shit. It's these people with the corporations, the money, that have a lot of the say-so and stuff in the world that are driving what normal is supposed to be. And until we stop investing our money and our time into these big companies, these lobbyists, these corporations that are calling the shots, nothing's going to change. They're going to find a way to get exactly what they want, no matter what. The change is coming. Just don't know what it looks like.
Mr. Secretary, a criminal is permitted into this country on grounds flatly not permitted, flatly contradictory to the statute. He commits a crime against a child, and then he gets a work permit. He gets a work permit. You want to know why all of the jobs in the last 2 or 3 years have gone to illegal migrants? Working people in this country can't get a job. Their unemployment rate's high. Why? Because of things like this. And then what's he do? Well, we all know. Then in February, he commits the heinous crime against Laken Riley. Is this a record that you are proud of?
Senator, you've misstated some facts.
I have read from the parole file, which you have said you don't recall, don't have, you miscited. I'm reading from it. It is right here. And I've just, pursuant to the speech and debate clause, I have just read it into the record. And the reason is, you have lied repeatedly to Congress and to the American people about this. They deserve to know. And the only way they're going to know is if I tell them. I've just told them. It's in the record now. I've read it verbatim from the parole file. Verbatim. I just want to know, why did you change your story so often? Why didn't you just answer honestly to Congressman Bishop and Senator Brett?
Senator, I am confident that justice will be vindicated in the criminal prosecution of the case.
Well, hopefully he'll get more of a trial than you got. Otherwise, there'll be no justice for anyone at all. Let me ask you something else. Travis Wolf, do you know that name?
Not off the top of my head.
Travis Wolf is a 12-year-old boy from Missouri. This is him. Travis was killed on December 20th, 2023, or I should say he was in a tragic attack on that night. He died some weeks later, head-on collision. The person driving the vehicle, who's now been charged with 6 criminal counts, is Indrina Bracco. Do you know who that is?
I do not, but let me communicate that I know that all of our hearts break for the family of this young boy who died in that accident.
Well, she's an illegal migrant here from Venezuela. Local law enforcement tell me that she was detained briefly at the border in 2023 and then released. And then she commits this crime. Multiple people have been stabbed in O'Fallon, Missouri by illegal migrants. Mr. Secretary, I know that you think your policies are a success. You've sat right there in that chair and you've told me over and over our policies are working. You're on the record years and years saying that. Maybe they're working for you. Maybe they're working for your political objectives, whatever they may be. I don't know. But they're not working for Laken Riley or Travis Wolf or the people of my state. They are, in fact, a travesty. What you have done is a travesty. And, sir, it is long past time for you to go. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Hassan, you're recognized for your questions.
And the thing that sucks is this is not the only thing that's going on. Look at all the people in New York that have been in altercations with police officers in the shelters that these politicians, that these mayors, governors, aldermen are paying for. They're paying for the police officers to get attacked. They're paying for the public to get attacked. What about here in Chicago, where there were migrants that came out of the shelters, and one of the guys in broad daylight bashed the window out of a guy's vehicle coming, like a big Yukon coming down the road, then took a rock and threw it through the side window and hit the guy in the face. The old man got out and was able to subdue the illegal and hold him on the ground. When the police get there, they're scuffling with these guys and stuff. One police officer has his wrist broken or finger broken or something like that, and another officer gets injured. And what the are you serious? Are you serious? And then we have the instant where in New York, in Times Square, where the 5 migrants are standing outside the shelter, the police officers walk up and tell them to put their booze away, their cigarettes away, or whatever, or their booze away. They can't be drinking in public. And then the police officers get attacked by 5 guys, and then like 3 or 4 or 5 more guys come out and start attacking them. They think that they could just do whatever the hell they want. Or the migrant that was here that had $70,000 in narcotics, handgun, like $1,900 in cash or something like that, and he's living in a tent city while he's distributing drugs and stuff to people on the streets making tons of money. I mean, let's face it, people. Every single one of your states, every single one of your politicians are allowing this to happen. They're paying for it to happen. They have turned their backs on you. Wake up. Wake up. Every single one of these sanctuary cities, they have turned their backs on you, and they do not care about you. That's all I got for right now. Be blessed. Take care. Have a great day, and I love you all.